My son is 6 years old and he's a liar. But it's okay, we catch him every time he lies because whenever he lies so slowly that it's obvious. I'm like, Walt, buddy, this vase is broken. Have you been in here the whole time? Yes, sir. Alone? Yes, sir. Did you break it? No. I think it's gonna hurt him later in life in his marriage. His wife is gonna come in with that new red dress she just bought. Walt, how does this dress make me look? And he's gonna be like, skinny. So my kids recently learned foul language from the neighbors. I know, man, as a Christian dad, what do? I was like, I called my mother immediately. I was like, Mom, you're off the hook. They learned it from the neighbors, so. My wife is like, we need to make our kids stop playing with Travis and Michael next door because Travis and Michael teach them all that foul language. I was like, I know you're right, honey, but Travis and Michael have a swimming pool, so. So I went next door to talk to Travis and Michael's dad about it, and he immediately cussed me out. Called his two kids downstairs and cussed them out for cussing my kids out. And then all three of them together, like it was rehearsed, cussed me out in unison. It was a spiritual experience for me. And then he told me to go back to my house, and I'm paraphrasing what he said. He wanted me to mind my own business. So I did. And that'll be important later in this story. Because we recently had like 500 or 600 bats in our house. Yeah. You'll know you have a bat in your house because a bat makes a little noise like a mouse, like kind of like a Pentecostal mouse. It's like a But it turns out nobody will do bats. No one would even answer the phone for bats. We found this one guy, not even a paid ad, just one line in the white pages, just the Bugg-Man. But we got lucky though, because it turns out Bugg-Man knew what he was doing and he was a certified lunatic. Yeah, he showed up at my house and immediately made me sign a waiver. I was like, what is this, Bugg-Man? He's like, oh, it's just in case the federal government calls, you need to tell them that Bugg-Man was never here. You know how people brag about being licensed and bonded? Yeah, I don't think Bugg-Man was licensed and bonded at all. He goes to the back of my house and leans a 24-foot ladder against the side of it. Boom, it hits the gable vent up there. One little bull bat falls out, hits the ground, scurries to the wall. And let me clarify, these were little bull bats in South Carolina, not like vampire bats that are big and sexy and look like superheroes. These are tiny little 2-inch furry gray human beings. With wings and fangs and shoulder blades. And this little bat is crawling up the wall and gets to about right here. And all of them are making noise up there. And Bugg-Man is like, oh my gosh, Marty, how many are up there? And I was like, I don't know, like 500 or 600. And then Bugg-Man picked up a brick. And looked at that bat and looked at me, and then Bugg-Man said, well, that's one. Then he starts to pump this mixture, like, it was like smelled like a combination of like Clorox and murder. He looked at me and he saw the look on my face. He's like, Marty, this stuff is fine on the environment. And then he strapped on a gas mask, threw this stuff over his shoulder and started up the ladder. Got halfway up the ladder and was like, hey, Marty, hold the ladder. This is me at the bottom, holding the ladder. Immediately regretting holding this ladder because he squirts this acid bleach into the gable vent. Whereupon I hear this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Evidently, these bats were now upset. And they started to pour out of the side of my house like Niagara Falls of bat coming toward my face. And here's the thing, you're never gonna win a game of chicken with a blind bat. They're not looking. It's not like you can just lean one way and assume they see you and they're gonna go the other way. No! You gotta just stare it down and trust nature. So you can all understand the terror that I went through. On the count of 3, I need you all to make your best demon-possessed bat noise. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it sounded nothing like that. It was the scariest 13 seconds of my life. Bats are whizzing by my face, forming a tsunami of bat in my backyard. And then they line up in an attack position. And I knew they were in an attack position because the leader bat told me. How do you know he's the leader bat, Marty? Because he was sitting right here. Okay, I understand. Then Bugg-Man is at the top, whips out of his utility belt an expandable screen and magically covers the hole, slides down the fire pole ladder, hits the ground and was like, all right, we good, Marty? You said you had cash. Bugg-Man, you cannot be finished. She's like, oh, read that waiver you signed. Guaranteed to have no bats left inside your house. Bugg-Man is done here. It's like, Bugg-Man, this is crazy. What is gonna happen to all of these bats? He's like, Marty, these bats are gonna be fine. They're probably gonna go to that house right there. That house with the swimming pool. Deal. Like 3 months later, Travis and Michael's dad is at the mailbox. Marty, I got like 500 or 600 bats in my attic. You know anything about that? And I was like, yeah, it was Nope. Oh man, the best part of that story, Bugg-Man wasn't even an exterminator. He was just a guy. He was just a guy named Josh Bugg-Man. And he answered the phone and apparently dabbled in chemical lethal mixtures. Thank y'all. I've been Marty Simpson. I appreciate you. Thanks.